And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions. Welcome back, everybody, to yet another Formula Sundays race number 9 here in this, and we're in Mexico, and with me in the casting booth, it's gonna be Toru. I'm not alone today, so yeah, welcome to you again as well. It's been a while. Oh,
yeah, I fucked up. I muted myself. Hello.
okay. I was about to say, it seems like Toru has died, but no, here, this is good.
Nope, I just made a mistake by muting myself on Discord and not my mic. But yes, I'm happy to be here again, and hopefully we can see good racing today.
Yes, currently 11 drivers right here. If I am not, Aslian is gonna be invited by me in a second. But yeah, of course, like towards the end of the game cycle and the season, lobbies tend to be a little bit emptier. Where is Marslian though? What the hell?
But I do think they will get filled with the new game, maybe.
Hopefully. Yeah, cool. I mean, I would invite Marcian, but like he is not online. So yeah, for now we'll be sticking with what we have, and what we have is at least all the drivers in the constructors fight, except Cherry, I guess. But yeah.
Cherry is with Seagull, right? Cherry is with Seagull, right?
With Hussein.
Hussein.
Seagull has subbed in for the Haas permanently with him.
Okay.
Toru was pretty quiet, I thought. Got to turn again.
I am speaking again.
This sounds a lot louder for.
Okay, never mind.
That will have to confirm that.
Eric is the first one on the first fast lap.
Yes. Much better. Okay. Great then. Wait, why are you not driving, Nitro? What the hell? I saw you on tentative. Just hop in here, man. You're here already. I mean, not that I don't appreciate you being in chat with us here, but
just join.
This track gives you PTSD. Oh yeah, fair enough, I guess. And I have XM. Yeah, that's like the age-old excuse.
There's one thing. I have no clue about this track.
Oh, okay.
Because I think I never drove on this one.
I rarely drove on this as well, I guess.
At least not in this game.
Okay. It's, I don't know. I kind of like it, but it has so many weird turns where you're like not really fast, but not really slow. And of course, like the upcoming section here is very precise if you want to take it fast. But yeah, Eric not risking too much, taking very little curb. Honestly, looking kind of clean here. This might be one of the tracks where Eric is cooking.
I hope Eric can pick up a fight here.
Yeah. Fun until you get halfway down and you fall asleep. Yeah, I guess it's long. I'm not sure if it is the longest straight actually. But it is quite long. Fastest lap, unsurprisingly, for Eric.
But
yeah.
Will Kingsman beat his lap or not? He will not. By almost 2/10.
Oh, yeah.
And as much as I know, Kingsman did get a lot faster and better. So yeah. I think it's a very good time from Eric.
Yeah, Kingsman, I don't know, he has had days where he could compete with the top guys, and other days he's just in the best of the rest. But yeah, right now Jannemann and Seagull, of course, are on Inters. There's quite the gap behind Kingsman to Fabian, 1.5 seconds. See what Emils can do. He is newly on wheel, thus no longer as competitive in the championship fight as he was in the first few races.
But he is learning very quick, at least what I heard. So he should be still,
Yeah, I mean,
at least on Asphalt's pace.
he's
Maybe
still
even a little
good, but he is not that good anymore. Like, I assume this is gonna come back because the wheel, I think, is realistically superior.
It took me like 100 hours to get onto my controller pace with wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So he will still have some time left on the track until he is at his pace again.
Yeah, fair.
But I can understand him. It's very hard to get used to it if you were a controller player before.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, okay, so far, competitive lap times really only from Eric and Kingsman, I guess. Everybody else a good bit behind there. It is, however, sort of.
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Jannemann, Seagull, or Hussein? Who will get the pole position?
Marslian, no.
Because I think it will be between those three, and I hope it will be Jannemann, but I think it will be Seagull.
I mean, there's all sorts of bias going on in favor of Jannemann, but actually
Jannemann
Hussein is also still in the mix. I mean, he might just be fastest here. Like, from my experience, Seagull has been pretty unbeatable still on most of the tracks. But yeah, maybe he's getting cooked today.
The interesting thing is Jannemann was not at top pace before he noticed that he's not using his full trigger, his full throttle.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is one of the weirdest things I ever heard. He was never going full throttle and was still like mid to high elite tier.
Yeah.
There's a yellow flag and it looks like it was a Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody on an outlap. The game just doesn't cope well with cars being slow on their outlaps. Eric almost lost his car as well, hence he slowed down quite a lot. We will see.
He's the first one again on a fast lap now.
Yep. Probably gonna go to someone else, as we've seen his first lap already, but for now, I mean, I was gonna say he's the only one on a fast lap to watch, but like, it's just a straight.
Yes, that's true. I think Jannemann is going on a fast lap now.
It's
no,
MQ.
Yeah.
But yeah, MQ without time yet, so probably a worthy spectating target.
Right?
Scenes with Eric Pohl, yeah, I don't think that these scenes are gonna happen. I mean, unless Eric really cooked here, he has surprised. I think there was one of the other races recently where he was really strong as well.
Eric already improved his time, but now he's in the Essos, and he got traffic.
Oh, that's of course unfortunate for him.
But it's looking good.
So let us look into the standings as of now. As of now, Hussein leads the championship with 131 points, ahead of Seagull and Jannemann, both with 126, so 5 points behind. Eric with an improvement here. Jimsky's not racing again tonight, but he is also ages away, so it's really only between these three. And then the constructors is relatively close as well, with Ferrari on 205 points, followed by Haas in 182, so 23 points behind, and Red Bull on 171, a further 11 points behind them.
Hinksman did not improve his time and he's going into the pits again.
Oh yeah,
Also,
man.
will we see a time from him?
Oh, Martin retired.
Martin.
I think he actually hit a wall there. 16.1. That is decent. According to Nitro, a 15.7 is possible for the calibers of Hussein and presumably Seagull then. See what Marseillan can cook here. I'm going very wide there.
117. I mean,
Right.
it was his first lap. Probably just a warm-up lap. The second one really faster. At least that's what I think Marseillan did.
Yeah. Seagull coming up. Purple
First
sector.
purple sector?
Yeah. To no surprise really, because I think it's only personal best and he drove his first lap on Intes. So we can expect, yeah, at least a 4-second improvement, if not 5. Very clean here through the S's. And into the stadium now, 3.5 seconds already.
Right now, it's not enough. But there's a lot of time in the last sector.
Yeah, I mean, traction of the softs against the Inters here in these tight turns with quick acceleration. Surely, yeah.
115.8. It's 3 times faster than Jannemann did.
Mm-hmm.
And this might be one of the laps that sets him from the rest.
Yeah, I mean, it's already gonna be tough for Eric and likes challenge that. I think Hussein and Jannemann probably are able to get up in that range somewhere. I'm not sure if Hussein is going to qualify. He did not for the last few races. But I think in the championship ship battle, realistically, he really needs to qualify, because I'm not entirely sure if at that point he can compensate a Seagull Jannemann front row. These two are just gonna run away from the field, and even though Hussein is gonna fly through the field, I don't think he's gonna be able to catch too much. Fabian?
I think it depends on how much time Seagull and Jannemann can make up.
I think they are able to probably gain about half a second on Eric if they were to start in this order per lap. And then it's just about how long Hussein needs to go through the entire field. Because I feel like as soon as Seagull and Jannemann are a second and a half or so away from Eric, they're just gaining a second or something per lap.
Maybe. What if there's a safety car? A safety car would be very, very good for Hussein then.
Yeah, assuming he does qualify behind. I kind of hope he does actually go for a qualifying lap. If he does that, I think now usually is the time where he goes out. MQ with a decent performance here, just behind Eric. P4 for now.
Fabian on a lap, but not improving. Let's see.
Yeah, Fabian should be on an in lap right now. Not exactly sure what Eric is doing.
MQ is... No, never mind. He just invalidated.
Yeah, he is probably on an in lap as well. He just finished his. Should be only Marseillan now.
Yeah, Eric is not on a fast lap, definitely. So it is only Marseillan who is on a fast lap. So while we're watching Marseillan, do you think that there will be a big incident in turn 1.
I mean, there hasn't been any big incidents in a while, which I'm very happy for. It takes away a lot of the verdicting, of course, which is nice. First 2 races or so, we had like 10 incidents or something.
But it also shortens the meme review.
I guess. That's ultimately not what we're here for, I guess. I mean, honestly, it kinda is, but the races should not be only content creation for the meme review.
I thought that's why Eric is driving.
I think he's just driving because he enjoys, but fair. Hussein's still not out. I think it's like 3 minutes now left.
Thing is,
Getting closer.
Eric was known for being like a torpedo.
Yeah, I mean, he changed. Surely.
On the screenshot in like I think 2 or 3 seasons ago, he got ganged up on in Australia, and it was not his fault, even though he was.
Oh yeah.
He was in front of the crash.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was the fun one.
Marcelian is not going fast anymore. I don't think he has enough time.
Hussein retired. Okay, he's gonna start from the back. Eric is just running over the lines. His last attempt as well. It's slightly slower, and Marcelian, yeah, his previous attempt was not quick enough.
I mean, it looked like Marcelian is just cutting. I think he just tries to get to. He just wants to do another lap.
Yes.
And he's taking out every sign on the field.
Yeah, some people rely on those. Yeah, I'm not sure who exactly. I think probably Fabian, because he plays without any assists.
We have Astral improving by half a tenth.
Yeah, he needs almost a second to Fabian.
It's all in the last sector.
Surely.
Believe in the Scottish McLaren driver. And he does make it under 180. He got half a second. And that's an improvement in the last sector. He improved like, I think it was 5 tenths in the last sector. And that's a win for Esther.
So, Sola is on a hot lap right now, and then we will have probably Jannemann starting his final attempt.
Sola needs 9 tenths. If he might get it. He's 7 tenths up right now. He only needs to gain 2 tenths in the last sector to a little bit more than 2 tenths.
Yeah, he had a big slide in his last PB in Sector 3, so maybe he can make it work. Well, this does look a lot better.
And he gets it.
Oh
also gets Fabian.
Yeah, Fabian is still out though. He's currently improving by 3 tenths as well, coming around the last turn. Could get that place right back.
And he gets it, yes.
Yep. And now
right
let's
behind his teammate.
Look at Jannemann for now. He is slightly down.
Not
after.
improving.
Yeah.
MQ is on a fast lap too, and he's in front.
Yeah, everybody pretty much is on their last attempt.
MQ is 4 tenths down. I do not think he will make it.
Oh, Jannemann is a tenth up. He needs 2 more.
Will he make it into the 150?
Maybe, but
That's
I don't think he's gonna reach Seagull.
It's very close.
And
He does not.
oh,
He
only
lost a
10.
little bit of time again.
Seagull is not
Seagull?
faster either.
But he's still in last sector. Last sector is most time.
Yeah, but only if you made a mistake previously, I guess.
And
He gets half a 10.
He improved.
Oh, Kingsman with a big improvement cooking though. He might get both Eric and MQ.
That's the 116.5.
Ah, not quite. Lost a lot of time in the last sector.
Did not. Fabian is not making it. He is 11 seconds down. So. This qualifying might be just how the race will end.
I think Hussein is gonna come towards the front, and I think Martin as well. I mean, it's obviously concerning that he hit the wall in quali already, but then again, might just have gotten it out of his system, and now it's good to cook for the race. I think Eric is gonna have a tough time defending his P3 here. Strong opposition behind him, and Kingsman both fast, and then Zane at some point is gonna come to attack him as well. Meals, yeah, I don't know, it's a little bit of a blank page with Wheel for me. I never know how good he is on which track.
You don't have to know. Just watch him and then enjoy that when he's not crashing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The weather is unpredictable, right? So it might
For us.
rain in the race, never mind. It looks dry, very clear in the sky. A lot of sun. So
This is, if at all, rain in the very end. So, yeah. Let's just assume we're having a dry race here. Not sure if Mexico's prone to rain. I don't think I've seen rain in an IRL race there.
me neither. But I had it in the career mode.
Yeah, I've seen it in the game as well, but yeah, I think the chances are probably pretty low by default.
But the thing is, in real life, it also rained in Bahrain when the Formula 2 cars had their practice sessions, like the preseason testing.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I was kind of like maybe thinking that you know more about strategies and stuff, given that you, well, we're definitely driving the game more than me, but then you said you never drove this track, so I assume this is just gonna be standard medium hard for everyone.
yes, I will think that it will be medium hard. This
this
track is very tire consuming, so the softs are actually just like, if there's a safety car, use it. If not, then you should not do it.
Okay.
You can stretch the soft very long and then switch to hards or maybe even mediums. But this track is also not easy to drive because it's very slippery and you're sliding a lot.
Interestingly enough, Seagull and Yaneman on different compounds. Last week around it was Seagull who drove the hards first and then obliterated everybody else on the mediums when time arrived. Now Yaneman may get the option, or opportunity rather, to do the same thing, just keep up with Seagull on the inferior compound. Then later on in the race he has a big advantage.
I mean, they are practicing together. So I think both of them have like a valid strategy and both of them know what they want to do.
Okay, maybe. They are of course playing together a lot in with WRC going on.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, cars lining up on the start. Solar not quite knowing how to park. And we're gonna see lights are going on. And they're out and away we go. A good start by the Ferrari,
I
it
hope-
seems, and Seagull gets away reasonably well as well. Janneman slots behind in the slipstream already. The two Williams side by side with Ferrari. MQ losing 2 positions as of now, but all of them kind of still on the same, oh my god, same speed here. Going through turn 1 fair and square. MQ getting squeezed there a little bit. One of the Williams running very wide to avoid contact. And it is Kingsman who has swapped positions with Eric around the Ferrari, but MQ with a counter here, trying to get a wheel in. Does not get a move done though. Everybody got away quite nicely, I think. Martin has already made up 3 positions. Hussein has made up 4. And yeah,
to see.
a good and
Same
clean
like
start,
that.
I'd say, right?
Solar had a very bad start. He instantly got overtaken by Astral and Hussein, and Martin too. It did not take long for them. And
Yeah.
Hussein gained in the first corner of Sector 2. He gained 2 positions too. So Hussein is on a good run here.
Yeah, I
Having a
mean,
medium power, so the advantage over Marcelian now.
he is expected, after all, to get up to the top relatively quick. Let's see how he handles Marcelian here. You said it. He has the tire advantage on him. Probably got the better exit. Side by side, I think he can break a reasonable amount later as well. Side by side still here. We will have the insert for the last of the 3 turns. Coming out behind. Oh, and Marcelian has hit the wall. There must have been slight contact between the two. And yeah, Emil's sensing an opportunity, but I don't think he can make it stick here. Gonna have
He will
poor
try.
traction. Oh,
Hussein did slide away, but it wasn't not enough slide to lose the car. Still in front of him.
yeah, and Janneman and Seagull are already outside of the DRS window of Kingsman ever so slightly.
I think if Janneman can stay with Seagull, Janneman can and probably will win this race.
It would be good for him. He had a huge lead in the Drivers' Championship early on. But now with 2 races to go, he finds himself tied with Hussein, Seagull, 5 points behind Hussein. So this is really like the battle for the championship up on top.
Janneman
needs...
also with a faster lap than Seagull right now. So Janneman has a faster pace than Seagull.
I mean, I guess
With
it's
the hard compound.
slipstream, right?
It's more dirty air, it's harder to drive.
Yeah, okay, fair. But like the half of the track is a straight, so yeah. I mean, he can hold on. Apparently, he is dropping down a little bit further here in the middle sector. But all that counts is that he is in range of the DRS when the time comes.
Astral and Fabian. They were very close. I did not see the overtake, but there was an overtake by Astral on Fabian. Nothing really is very close right now. Eric, the closest one to his front man, the 4.5 tenths. So Eric might attack MQ here on the straight.
Yeah, MQ just about dropped out of the DRS. His Seagull has heard you, apparently. Proves to us now that he is in fact on the best pace and has the advantage over Janneman. Crucial for him that he did so.
Eric not able to overtake MQ, but
Yeah,
you can
but
see Seagull has way more straight line speed than Janneman.
Emils has also gotten back past Hussein, which is interesting to see. If we're assuming at least that Hussein has at least the 2nd or 3rd best pace around here.
Astral and Fabian are side by side, now going into the first corner of Sector 2. Fabian slightly ahead, having enough space. Astral's trying to go through inside,
Oh, this
touching
is-
Fabian, but Fabian can dominate this corner and
Yeah, I
can
mean,
defend the position.
Astral was not quite in the position to go side by side in that turn, so good on them that they only touched and not spun around or anything.
Eric, while trying to pushes too much in the limits of the track and gets a corner. It gets a warning for corner cutting. Not a warning, a penalty for corner cutting.
Yes, 3 warnings already for him. I mean, the curbs here are mostly very forgiving, so you can take them without too much of a of an issue. We're gonna see a move by Hussein here past Emils again. Of course, helps them overall, getting closer to the group in front. Just behind them is Marcellian and Martin. Seem to be of very similar pace. And then we have Astral and Fabian. 2 team battles between McLaren and Aston. Oh, and further up, MQ is in the mix with the Williams. Almost has gotten past Kingsman there.
I think this might be a team sweat by Kingsman and Eric. That Kingsman probably knows he can't catch up to Seagull and Jannemann without a safety car. They're just driving their ways. So Kingsman might try to block MQ from overtaking, so Eric can catch up and maybe overtake MQ.
I mean, they're close enough together. I think Kingsman is driving all he can. And DRS keeps the other 2 close enough behind. I don't really think it would be beneficial to them overall to slow MQ down much. And he will overtake anyways on the long straight if Kingsman is too slow, like he maybe was here. This is just such a powerful opportunity with the DRS that you can't really defend that. It's just straight line speed. Who has DRS now? It is still MQ.
Kingsman has no DRS because he was in front of MQ.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the detection point is in the 3rd sector for the first 2 DRS zones.
Yeah.
That feels like 50 seconds or 1 minute without changing DRS points. I do think they should change this, like for more racing on this track and more fighting.
Yeah,
so
it's kinda stupid, but then again, I feel like what's the point in overtaking with DRS then anyways, if you're just gonna get counted by DRS on the next straight? Much rather like the idea of giving the car that just overtook an opportunity to defend itself against a slipstream. But defense is gonna be needed in an entirely different level now, because Hussein has closed up to the 2 Williams and MQ.
And Kingsman with DRS and probably using ERS, overtaking MQ. And I don't know, but Eric has not a lot of straight line speed. He can't get past MQ.
Yeah, of course, we don't know how much ERS everybody spent here. From what I can see, Hussein is able to follow relatively easily without using any.
Oh, he's trying on Eric. Don't spun Eric.
Slight contact. That is definitely on Hussein there.
It is definitely. Is the car damaged?
I did not see parts flying.
But maybe it got light damage, and slight damage on this track is very, very hard to drive because the fast chicanes are just not drivable then anymore. But he still got Eric. Maybe Eric got some damage of it, or just like 2 warm tires now.
Yeah, maybe. Hussein is definitely sliding a little bit as well. Of course, scrambling to get back into the slipstream of Emils. They lost a little bit of time at least.
But the winner of the fight between Eric and Hussein is Emils. He made up 2 positions and is now on P5 with a 1.5 seconds gap on Hussein.
Yep. MQ back past Kingsman in the meantime. And there we have Eric past Hussein again.
I'll be right back. I have to check something. And there's, I think, someone spun in the first sector, and it was Fabian.
Yeah, probably. Fabian now in last position. Was with Astro beforehand, so he's lost about 3 or 4 positions. 3 or 4 seconds, sorry. One interesting thing that this entire Eric and Hussein coming together accomplished though is Marcelian is now just behind them as well. And Martin could close up in a little bit too. Yeah, Jannemann is further losing out on Seagull. It's about 3/10 per lap. But I guess that's to be expected.
I think until someone makes a mistake, Kingsman and MQ will battle this out in the same way now.
Yeah.
They will change positions every lap, and maybe Emils is catching up because he gained like half a second since in the last 2
I
laps.
actually don't think he is. Is generally, I think, of an advantage if you're like 2 cars and you can swap around with the DRS every single lap. Because it like basically gives you half the amount of time that you gain with DRS for free on every other car. So yeah, generally I think this is beneficial what they're doing in per se. Only 5 seconds away. Oh, and Martin has hit the wall. And safety car is unfortunately very bad for everybody but Seagull, who I think made it into the pits still. Oh no, it's actually good for everybody but Jannemann.
This safety car is only good for people with medium tire.
Yeah. I mean, Jannemann is gonna come in as well. Goes for the mediums. Will probably try to make do. Oh, and
I mean, what I
Kingsman
know
is
is
staying out.
Jannemann is very good, has a very tire conserving race. So he might actually make it to the end with the medium tire. Emil's still going for the... It's now going for the 2-stop strategy.
Yeah, I think it's probably a decent call. Even a lot of the non hard runners. I think MQ was on mediums before. Now on mediums again.
There were only 2 drivers on hards, and one was Martin, and the other one was Jannemann.
Okay, fair. Yeah, so that's really interesting. The tire choice. Marcian going for another set of mediums, thinking he's probably gonna have to pit again at some point. I mean, it's not far-fetched that there may be another safety car. Like, this Sector 2 is very easy to spin in, and once you lose control of the car, there's walls everywhere. That can easily lead to a DNF. Dude, Astral cutting the track under safety car.
It's the second time. It is his second penalty. He now has 6 seconds. If he didn't get one when I was not there for like half a minute. Let's see.
I mean, I'm curious what the Williams strat is here. Apparently this is a point where going to the end on mediums or even on hards is tough.
I do think 26 laps on hards is doable.
It's doable, but I think like ideally it's 8 to 10 on softs, then about 15 on mediums and about 20 on hards if you have the choice. So Seagull may have not the best time in the very end. Maybe this could help Jannemann then still.
I think it only helps Janneman if Janneman does another pit stop or there will be another safety car.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
Ganderman is probably gonna have to again. He might as well just push all out right now. Try to drive like a madman and then get another fresh set of mediums.
I do think that Seagull had the best strat here.
Yeah,
Starting with
for him
soft
it's the
side.
best. Yeah. I think Hussein here also on hards, it's not too bad. Safety car in, message comes very late around here. Usually comes at the start of sector 3, which is
Yeah,
just
there's
before the set stadium here. And Kingsman's not very far away from the safety car, yeah? Had bugs here in Challenger tier 1 year, I think Gensha. Who got slowed down then because the safety car was not far enough away. But we're going again. Kingsman managing the restart okay at least. I do think he's already about to get eaten by Seagull and Janneman. Let's see, Seagull around the outside. Gonna have the inside for the middle turn, but not for much more. Janneman has to go through ASAP. Takes a better line here for the exit, and I think he's gonna go past. Yeah, that was easy as, yeah. I don't know. It looked very easy by Janneman to go around Kingsman there.
This is the grip difference.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Kingsman should have pitted for either hards or a new set of mediums.
Yeah, I mean, of course he could have. Not sure if there's like a Williams strategy or something, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure why they pitted the second car, but not Kingsman in the first car. Janneman now putting some pressure onto Seagull as MQ is trying to get around Kingsman as well. The outside line here through this hairpin. Might be in a better position here for the next turn. There's contact and MQ loses out, and well, everybody is losing out on the top guys, I guess. Emil's on softs. Did just gain a position on MQ. Janneman is now through to the lead. Has already spent a lot of ERS to get past. Yeah, there's contact between MQ and Kingsman. Emils and Hussein. Hussein really wants to get through this, but has been overtaken by Marcellian as well in the meantime. And I think Kingsman right now, with all respect, is a roadblock.
Kingsman is the reason why everyone lost so much time in 1 or 2 laps. Because I think Kingsman just did what Ferrari is doing in real life. Messing with their strategy. As you, if you can see in the last sector, Kingsman is blocking everyone, sliding around left, right, and already lost 1 second to MQ.
Yeah, now Emils has passed. Janneman briefly was a second away from Seagull as well there, but Seagull has spent a lot of ERS to get back to the DRS range. Marcellian with a little bit of a brute force against Kingsman there. Is off track in the end. There's just plainly no room. Eric up in the mix.
Fabian lost a lot of time to Solar, so he might have.
I mean, he has hard tires, right?
But still, I think he has either damage or did a mistake.
Maybe. So
Maybe
Eric
picking up penalties again.
Kingsman is now only to be passed by Hussein, and then everybody is through. I think that is happening right now.
I was saying,
Nice little switchback,
Yes.
but now he has the outside line.
if he can stay next to him, but nope, it's not happening. It's too much grip for the fresher tire.
Yep, and Seagull is within DRS range as well, so he's keeping with Janeman. He's doing all he needs to. Gonna have the better tires eventually.
I think it will be noticeable, like after 10 to 15 laps. Then Seagull should have the advantage. Emil's still close to MQ, but not close enough to actually attack. But Solar being very close to Estel, not attacking him, but maybe with the better or faster tire, maybe able to attack him after the fast chicanes. But also having trouble being in the dirty air. It's not easy to drive in dirty air through these S's.
Yeah, Meals is also pushing towards MQ. The constructors battle here up top, of course, in full swings. As I think right now, was it Ferrari? Yeah, I think Ferrari was still on top. It's very hard for the Haas to actually catch them in these last two races. This, of course, being the penultimate, and then next week we have the last race of the season. A 23-point difference. So if Ferrari finish within the top 4, I think it's just gonna be just about possible with 1-2s from Haas. But if anything, they need like a 1-3 to gain some points on the Ferraris.
That should be the goal of Haas here. Gaining points. Enough gaining points on Ferrari. But right now, it looks quite good. Emils can keep up with MQ. Seagull, the strategy advantage. And yeah,
And
maybe. But Eric, again, a third penalty. He is collecting it. Maybe he gets, I mean, it's, I think, 4 or 5 more, and he gets disqualified.
there are some clouds as well. I mean, there's still a lot of light skies, but I wonder if some of the mediums or soft pit stops were anticipating some rain that is presumably to come. We don't know that, of course, but that would make sense for me personally why a medium runner would not choose the hard tire that he could bring the race to an end with.
That is true. Osin on the straight was able to attack Eric, but now Eric is attacking Osin here and getting revenge, not by spinning him out, but by retaking the place.
Well, it's a longer line here for Hussein, taking more speed. Now forcing Eric to take these turns at a disadvantageous angle. But
he's
Eric
stuck behind Eric, so he's not being faster through them. But he has the DRS advantage now, and gets him on the outside.
Yep. It's an aggressive move there to close in like that. That's all fair and square. I do think though that Eric is just gonna get back on him here.
I do not think so, because Eric doesn't have the straight lines.
Eric did just overtake Hussein before without even having DRS.
Yeah, but remember, Eric is like spamming his ERS, so probably he doesn't have ERS on the straight again. Why? Because he was defending MQ in sector 2 and 3. And Emils with the 3-second penalty is not good for Team Haas.
What is also not being good is that Marcellian has overtaken him and MQ.
I didn't even notice that he is that close.
Yeah, same. Was just like, oh wait, didn't even see when he got there. But oh well.
Maybe MQ and Emil were fighting.
Fabian has passed both Astral and Solar, by the way, who are
Kingsman.
battling here, but Solar seems to be struggling on the tires. Soft's
Kingsman
not really good anymore.
Kingsman pitted and is now 16 seconds behind Solar.
Yep.
He's not in a good position right now. He was
No.
fighting with MQ,
I mean, he
and now
has
he is.
the best tires now.
He does. But I don't think it was worth it.
No, I don't know why he didn't pit on the safety car neither.
Because he's more than 24 seconds. I think it's like 28, 29 seconds. And if I remember correctly, it's like a 20 or 22 seconds pit stop.
Mm-hmm.
So he is now around 6 seconds behind MQ. Because he did not pit while safety car.
Yeah, I think the
But-
time for Emils is slowly coming.
Hussein and Eric both catched up to the pack. More Hussein, but Eric is on my screen too. Something.
Yeah, Hussein here might go past Emils already. I really do think the softs don't have much more than another lap in them.
Me neither. I think they are going in like 2 laps. I think that's like the maximum. You can do definitely more, but it's like 2 more laps and then you have a big time drops. Or very noticeable time drops.
Mm.
Hussein might not be able to overtake here because it's a DRS train behind MQ, not even behind Marcellian.
Yeah, Emils here with a slight rear end into MQ, and I think that cost him the momentum that lets Hussein and
And
Eric
Eric
even
by.
take advantage of it.
But if you know you can't overtake Eric anymore, just stay behind him. He should be at 9 seconds.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, I think Emils at this point, he has lost the position against every one of his direct competitors. He might just head into the pits now. He has not
Yes.
much more to defend for here.
With a fresh, medium or hard tire in this lap, you might be able to get back. But it's very hard. It's not. It might be not enough time because this field is very close together in the time they drive. They are very close together with their lap times. So I don't think if you pit now,
Yeah, he
that you
stays
can
out
catch them again.
for another lap. I assume this lap then, once he loses DRS, because he will lose DRS here, as it seems. I think, like, staying out for DRS for another lap is fine, probably. But, like, this lap at last has to be the lap he pits.
Kingsman. The hope for Kingsman is that everyone in front of him, except for Hussein and Seagal, still have to pit. Kingsman is in a very good one. He's very fast. He already gained 10 seconds, or more than 10 seconds. So it might be a call for Emils now to pit. It should be enough time.
Yeah, and he can go on to the softs pretty easily. Not the softs, the mediums.
Medium.
Yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't need to drive the hards if he doesn't want to, which is probably nice for him. It does look like it's getting darker and darker. I am not entirely sure if it is actually going to be raining, and if so, if Emils is actually trying to stay out until then. Positional changes up on top.
Nothing special, kinda,
Yep.
because will
Hussein,
change a
though,
lot.
he is running away from the group. Leaving MQ and Eric behind, and Emils is still in DRS as well. Maybe this is the reason why he stayed out an extra lap.
Solar is in now, so it should be time for Emils now to go into the pits too.
Yeah, I mean, the softs can't be good anymore. The one suspicion I have is like either that he does it for the DRS, which would be fine, or Rain is actually inbound and we just don't know yet, and he hopes that he can survive like 5 more laps.
That's one thing I would love to have, like a weather forecast for spectator.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is not a thing in the next game as well. Dude, Eric has
It's
taken
not.
this line every single time I've spectated him through Sector 2. He's always running wide in the last turn of the chicane, which is probably why he has all these corner cut penalties.
MQ is going in now.
Yeah, okay. So
So
they are
this-
not preserving their tires for rain or anything. They're just going for another... Oh well, they are the hards, I guess.
Yeah.
I would have maybe
Cheerio.
extended and then go for softs. I think that's probably better, right?
Hear me out. It might work softs here, but the thing is, Jannemann and Seagull can actually like go for more laps now. Jannemann, if they have to pit, Jannemann has to pit earlier. Seagull has to think about if he is making enough time to win the race, and Jannemann is not catching up to him
So,
with probably soft tires, because both of them have
yeah.
a fresh soft tire
In my
available.
opinion, Seagull should just follow regardless. This is either you make this a skill matchup, or you make this a gamble. If you pit with Jannemann, you can
it's-
go onto the same tires, you're in the same position, you're still in the battle. You kind of like, if you immediately follow in. If you're staying out, you are risking to get undercut. If you're staying out for the entirety of the race, you are risking to get caught in the end if your tires give up in the end. And like, if Jannemann catches you towards the end of the race, you will lose the position. So the safest way for Seagull is to go in with Jannemann. Maybe it is actually better for Jannemann to be behind Seagull, so that he can try to undercut Seagull. Unless it's like actually going to rain. Like, it's getting darker and darker, but there's still like blue spots, so I don't think it's coming that soon. But yeah, if that is a thing we have to worry about later on, they might actually like extend a little longer.
There's one thing I said, that Kingsman made a mistake. But he is now in front of MQ again. So
Yeah, but
you-
on
it worked
5
out.
laps worse tires.
That's true, but I'm not sure how much this will make the difference.
Yeah, I mean, considering... No, actually, yeah, I guess so. I mean, all of them pitted after the safety car. I was about to say, considering Kingsman made a pit stop after the safety car, and realistically thus made an extra pit stop. This is pretty good for him, but still, MQ made a pit stop as well. So this really didn't win or lose much in the end. Marcian coming in for another set of mediums. Probably a good choice. He's losing 1 position at max with it, if anything. I think Hussein might have been a danger anyways, and he's gonna catch up to 9 seconds or so with Eric. That he needs to get past him again with the time penalty, so he realistically doesn't really lose anything by going into the pits there. Hussein with the time penalty as well, no?
They are called the collectors. But if Seagull and Jannemann are in their own race,
Yeah.
Hussein is in his own race now too, but if Eric has to pit too, or if Eric and Fabian are pitting, then in this race, if they can catch up to Marcelian again, it will be Marcelian, Kingsman, and MQ. Because they are catching up. Marcelian now with the fresher tire, of course, but for how long will the medium be faster? Because
Yeah, we may see.
the moment MQ overtakes Kingsman can just sit in the DRS and they are slowly catching up Marcelian then.
Yeah, probably. They've just gotten past Fabian. Kingsman with a little bit of a, yeah, not really a brute force move, but it was a nice move. He just positioned himself on the apex, forced Fabian to go wide, and then both him and MQ slipped through. MQ here going past Kingsman as well. Emil's in the meantime clearing Fabian too. And now the trio is ahead of the Aston driver.
That is not really surprising because of the tire advantage of it.
And probably the pace difference as well. I mean, I'm not sure if Fabian practiced again, but he's only like played this for 2 or 3 races. And has not touched the game otherwise, so given that he was usually like a little bit slower than these threes regardless, not a big surprise that they went past eventually.
Jannemann did not go in this lap.
Yep.
So if Jannemann is going to pit, he has to go on the softs and then push.
Yeah. Realistically, next lap is the lap to do it.
Yes, if you want to pit, then the next lap is the one.
Because I think 8 laps you can push the softs reasonably well. There's still like the question about the rain, if it is coming or not. It is getting darker and darker. Still there's like some blue spots. But they close up as well. But I don't know. I think right now 8 laps is probably a good stint for softs to drive them aggressively. You don't really have much to lose because you're gonna close up to Eric and Hussein eventually with your tires. And you may be able to undercut Seagull.
I think Kingsman...
Maybe Seagull just goes in, that would be big brain now. He would kind of force Jannemann to go in right now as well. No,
I don't think both of them will go in.
Yeah.
I think this will be a skill matchup between the hard and the medium tires and the drivers.
Yeah, I think hard definitely has the advantage here. I think mediums are over their best date. Kinda expiring right now.
I think it depends on the second sector now. If Seagull is faster than Jannemann there, then he might even break the DRS.
I mean,
Right
Jannemann
now.
still seems on okay pace.
I think he's still on pace with Seagull, with the same pace, even when he's in front. So this is they are, I would say, probably. Yeah, I said that this more times now, but they are in their own race. It was never differently in this race.
So.
And Kingsman got overtaken by Emils,
Mm-hmm.
and both of them losing time to MQ.
Okay, I think
So
this
even
is
that-
like realistically the penultimate lap where you could pit for Jannemann. Maybe he can still do it next lap, but I think it's already too late. This was probably his latest exit. So yeah, they may just stay out for the rest of the race then. The other DRS gaps have kinda rather opened. I was about to say closed, but actually Emil's, we could just... I mean, to take a break from the Ferrari versus Haas battle, we could take a look at the Haas versus Ferrari battle.
That's true.
But it seems like MQ is kinda out of his reach here.
Emirates should have the tire advantage.
Yeah, at this point they should still be better, yeah. It's now, I think, fully grey as well. I don't see any blue sky spots still. Not sure if that also means rain or if it just means clouds, but now I think is the time where it could happen.
I don't think that even if the rain comes, that it will change something, because the rain, it takes a couple of laps to get wet enough, and we already saw that driver like Seagull are capable of driving with the dries in the wet
To be fair,
and then winning the race.
I think Seagull would just go in with Janeman then, and it's still like a skill matchup if it actually starts raining. To be
Right
honest,
now?
if it starts raining, probably Janeman should just do opposite of what Seagull does.
I actually don't think so. I would stay with Seagull, because if it starts raining now in the last 6 laps, it's not enough time for inter-drivers, because if it starts raining now, the DRS will be deactivated in like 3 laps.
Yeah.
2 or 3 laps, and when the DRS gets deactivated, it's still drivable enough with the dry compound.
You have like 20 lap old tires on everyone. Like, you're still gonna gain a lot. I mean, it is not raining, so I guess the hypothesis is, yeah, like not helping us to get anywhere anyways. As long as it doesn't start raining, there's no right strategy call to call in. I do think it would have been worth the risk 3 or 4 laps ago to maybe go in for Janeman for the softs. Try to undercut Seagull and... Oh my god, oh, okay. MQ just had a crazy drift in front of Emil's.
If you want to switch up the fight between Ferrari and Haas and Ferrari, just watch Williams and Aston Martin right now. Because Eric and Marcellian are fighting again.
Yeah, I think it's a rather short fight. Eric is on 21 lap old hards. And Marcellian is on relatively fresh mediums. I doubt Eric is even gonna see the light of the second or rather third DRS zone.
Eric has no ERS left, so nope, he won't.
Yeah. And instead, Emils has now finally caught up enough to make a move.
And it is enough for the first 2 sectors, but...
Oh, and also Janeman is dropping out of Seagull's range.
Now is the time for Janeman to say, okay, it's fine, I am second. Because now it's... You can't catch up to Seagull anymore.
I mean, he kind of slept over the opportunity he had to do something strategically that would put him in a better position potentially. So at this point it's really just drive to survive, try to not get a puncture, and get these tires to the end.
I would like to hear from Janeman what his tire percentage was at the end. His tire wear.
Probably gonna tell.
MQ, maybe with DRS, trying to close up the gap to Emils and overtaking him in the second DRS zone.
He has no ERS neither though. Like, he's getting there, but don't think he's in the position to make a move here, unless the Haas's exit is kinda bad, but it looks like the Ferrari actually is not enough to make a move in any ways. Janeman is just bleeding time here. I mean, his main enemy for now is still Hussein. Like, it would be good for him to score higher than Seagull, but he definitely...
And with Emils right now in front of MQ, Haas will gain points on Ferrari.
Yep. Not a huge amount. It's, I think, a 23 point difference, and it's 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 2 for Emils and MQ. I'm not sure who has fastest lap. I would assume Marcelion actually has it.
No, I
Oh,
think it didn't change. Let me just check real quick.
yeah. But then it's like 9 points they gain. They would still be 14 points behind. Actually, Emils is not even finishing ahead of MQ because he has a time penalty.
Oh, never mind. Marcelion with a 118.4. And then there's Janeman with a 118.7.
Yeah, second fastest lap. Won't get him far, unfortunately.
Nope. Seagull with a 119.2. And then it's already MQ with a 119.4.
Yeah. So yeah, MQ will overtake if it finishes like that Emils with the time penalty again. So it's 7 points and -2. They gain 5 points on Ferrari. So they really need a crazy performance next week. And Janeman has it all to do with winning the race, I think. If he wins the race next week, no matter what, at the current state, he is at least tied champion with Seagull. Even though I think Seagull has more wins, so he will probably lose out in the tie-break.
There is a new fight coming up right now with Solar and Astral. They are fighting for the last available point.
Yeah, Solar, of course, with the advantage because he does not have the penalty and he has like 10 lap fresher tires.
I mean, yes, Solar will get the position either way, but it's a better feeling to get it on the track.
Yeah, for sure. And I think he's going to be able to make it.
Astral here with more racing experience, so I am not sure about that.
Yeah, you can't forget Solar only started playing the game, I think, on this game. No prior experience with any racing simulators, as far as I was aware.
As far as I'm aware, it's the second season right now.
Yeah, but yeah, both on this game. I think he started playing halfway through the game, so like it's you are like absolutely correct in saying that Astral has like way more league racing experience.
MQ and Emil still fighting. It's not over.
And okay, he spins him around again. They touch.
Clash between friends. I can hear Astral screaming at him.
Yeah. You can probably hear it through the walls as well. They are still roommates, I think, after all.
Oh
no. My. Astral. Oh no, Astral moved, right?
Yeah.
True, I forgot.
Emil's fighting with MQ. MQ staying behind Emil's, and that would be enough if MQ doesn't get a penalty in the last 2 laps. Kingsman going for the fastest lap.
Yeah. I mean, Williams, I think, are relatively close to Aston as well in the constructors, so of course taking away that point here. I mean, I guess you gain some, you lose some. You lost a position on Fabian in the Aston, but you can gain back. This is a net -1 point that Kingsman has here, but we're not asking, I guess. Well, what's with that? Also, Eric will lose positions to both Emils and MQ at this rate.
So much?
Yeah, he has his 4th penalty right now, so it's 12 seconds.
So he will lose. Oh, yes.
Janeman is also losing heavily on Seagull. Oh, actually, these two... Oh no, they are not the Haas and Ferrari near the finish line.
No.
But yeah, Janeman is just gonna be happy when this is over. He's also running out of fuel.
Janeman.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kinda like, that's a normal thing.
Yeah, I know, but...
Emil's probably not being able to hold the position, because he still has to get 2.2 seconds in Sector 2 and Sector 3, and I don't think that he is making it. He will stay in P6 because Eric has too many penalties.
Yeah, MQ is not getting past here for sure. I'm tempted to just watch Kingsman's fastest lap attempt because he's only 3.5 seconds away from Fabian. So
I'm
if he
already on
drives very clean, might even get there. So Jannemann has survived it on the mediums into the finish. Gonna come out in P2 in the end. Marcian can't quite catch Hussein in the end. Gonna be P4 for him. He has, after his return, only scored P3s. This time, the first time, he misses out on the podium. Eric crosses the line right now, but he will lose positions to both Emils and MQ. And what can Kingsman do still here?
Kingsman 1.3 seconds ahead. He is right now not. He is on the fastest lap.
Yeah.
Getting blocked by Fabian. He's might not getting the fastest lap now. But is he getting Fabian in the last corner?
Tiny touch there.
He is going in the inside, getting Fabian on the last corner.
Oh,
Gets
so
both.
close. Yeah, he gets the fastest lap and he gets Fabian. Then it is not a net -1 here. He does gain back the position, and it's... I think they might be tied on time because the delta has not updated. Fabian on the exact same time here than Kingsman. And
On my screen, Kingsman was ahead.
Kingsman is ahead in the end. This
Yeah, on
must be less than 1,000 though. Astral coming in last year must have made some
Because
sort of
penalties.
mistake.
But congratulations to Seagull for this win. Jannemann for P2. And Hussein for P3. And especially for Jannemann driving so long and so well with Seagull with the worst tire the worst tire compound.
Hussein being asked if he was drunk today. There were some incidents for sure where Hussein was doing some questionable driving. He had like 2 incidents or so. But he's coming in third in the very end. Slightly clear of Marcian still. Jannemann, the Ferrari, in P2. Gonna be very close between the top 3 now, I think. Then so it is Seagull in the lead by 7 points. Actually, no, by 4 points, I think. Then Hussein and then Jannemann like 2 points behind Hussein. So whoever wins this clutches the Drivers' Championship next week. And yeah, Constructors still pretty tight as well. I assume this is still a slight gain by the Haas. And yeah, holy moly. Kingsman and Fabian actually tied to the 1,000th. But it is Kingsman ahead in the end.
And at least on my screen, he was like front wing.
Yeah,
ahead,
honestly,
so-
it looked like he was further ahead on my screen as well. I'm kind of surprised it is tied to the 1,000s. But yeah, this was today's race. I think provided ample of spectacle for the audience. I'm just gonna have a little peek what our final event. Oh, it's Brazil. Brazil is an absolute banger and championship closing classic as well. So yeah, make sure to tune back in next week. Yeah, thank you for being here today, Guru, and
I was happy to be here today.
and thank you in the chat, I guess, for being here. See you next week. Till then. And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Through the final chicane and the AlphaTauri hits the wall of champions.